Within the silence of waiting, there was glory. Within the silence of waiting was the hovering presence of God. Within the silence of waiting, as you struggled to survive, as you learned to soothe with moans left untouched, there was His voice, holding you up in the wait. They heard God's voice of rescue when you were 6 months old, but they pursued another. And then God's hand gently moved them to turn toward you. And your face broke through their faith, and your waiting was given hope. For 18 months you were pursued, prayed for, longed for, wondered about with unwavering force, yet you waited in silence. Did God whisper to you, "They are coming"? Did His presence wrap you, His eyes take you in, His thoughts surround you and buoy you up? They are coming. And they came, just as He had planned, in the right hour, at the right time, and His hand passed you to them. And hope was full, and your waiting ceased. This is the gospel. I saw it living and active. I could almost taste it. And in its unfolding drama, I wept, both with joy and deep gratitude. At that moment, when your sweet face broke my line of vision, there was no question of risk or sickness or cost or worth. There was only glory and the stirring reality of gospel love. At great cost, amidst constant questions, in the face of skepticism and prejudice, in response to the shaking of heads and the silent murmurings of doubt, despite endless questions and apathy from loved ones, the gospel broke through in all of its majesty. God, in His goodness, at great cost to Himself, broke through my hopelessness to display His glory most beautifully. I was not and am not worthy of His grace. I deserve to live in despair, yet He has loved me with an everlasting affection. He has adopted me as His own. He has not abandoned me, but rather chosen me despite my failings. The stage of adoption shows this gospel love better than words. In silence, one can hear the angels sing, because this is the mind of God. This is the hand of God. This is the way of God Himself. Adoption reflects the heart of God because it is against all odds that God calls us to gamble and win. Regardless. Because at the end of the wait, regardless of the outcome, regardless of the child, regardless of the cost or the agony or the heartbreak or the peace, He stands. His gospel is displayed, and in response, we bow in adoration that we are His, and that for one brief moment, we felt His heartbeat.